Why is it important to hold this event in Cleveland, and why is it important to do it right now?
Yeah, I think it's everyone recognizes this now more than ever. There are a lot of issues that impact someone's overall livelihood, and a lot of those issues overlap whether you're in Cleveland, a place like Detroit, or anything else. But so while these issues might not be unique, the way that we address them can be, and so that's why we kind of inspired to do this here in Cleveland.
What can folks expect when they walk into the Huntington Convention Center on Saturday?
Yeah. So, I mean, beyond, the traditional things that we do as healthcare organizations like health screenings, we really want people to leave empowered. So we're tackling topics like financial literacy, mental and spiritual health, fostering romantic relationships, all of those issues that we know impacts a man's overall livelihood, because we want men to, again, leave empowered to live full, healthy lives.
Are those things you just mentioned what differentiates this summit from your average run-of-the-mill men's health conference?
Absolutely, because normally we do health screenings at every health fair or anything like that we do as an organization. However, we wanted to move past that. So again, we want to offer those things as a healthcare organization, but we want to touch on those other issues that also impact a man's livelihood.
How are you hoping to impact the way that men think about their approach to health from a mental standpoint?
I think it's just kind of thinking through it and thinking more comprehensively, right? So it goes beyond, do I go to the doctors or not? So again, we know that if you are someone who lives in poverty, for instance, that can impact your overall well-being. And so if we educate people about financial literacy, that can actually translate to their overall wellness. So it's kind of making those connections in a kind of a more comprehensive way that we're aiming to do this.
I assume you're collaborating with local organizations and community groups. Talk about that.
Yeah, so again, this is not only just an effort from our healthcare organization, but really thinking about how we do community building, right? And so this is a partnership between us as well as those community organizations that have come on with us, and we hope to gain more in the future.
As an African-American man, a leader in the health space, what is it that drives your passion for this issue?
Well, I come from what traditionally is referred to as a disadvantaged background. I lost my father at the age of 12 years old. And sometimes I think about how my life could have been impacted differently if he would have been around longer. And so now it's, again, just trying to empower men to take better care of themselves, so that way they can be there to impact the next generation.
What's your highest aspiration for this event?
Yeah, again, it's really circling, and I keep saying this word, it's around empowerment. I really do want men to feel empowered after they leave this event. I want them to gain some knowledge that they can actually apply to their overall well-being. And so if we can get that done, I think that'll move the needle a lot, and I would consider that a success.
There's a reluctance anecdotally on the part of men, particularly we African-American men, to avoid going to the doctor.
Yeah.
We've all heard stories of sometimes tragic outcomes resulting from that.
Yeah.
Can you address that, and why is that, and speak to it?
Yeah, so it's multifactorial, but the one thing that I know for sure is we have to shift this mindset away from, I'll go to the doctor when I have symptoms. Just like, it doesn't matter if we're talking about cancers or diabetes or hypertension, the prevention is the goal, and that's what I'm always trying to educate men. By the time you start having symptoms, things are pretty advanced. So I think that shift in mindset will help out a lot.
Anything else you'd like to add on behalf of the summit? What can folks expect? Who are you expecting to see there?
Yeah, so we have a whole list of local leaders and influencers. So, hopefully people will come, they'll, enjoy the environment, because we're going to have entertainment things there as well, but also leave with some knowledge about how they can improve their overall wellness, because that's really the goal, and hopefully this is just the first of many.